This is why you don't put your eBay shop on holiday mode, because people still buy stuff. Good morning, guys, and it's the 23rd of December. I had a couple of days off, just wanted to have a couple of days off before the mad session, obviously, on Christmas Day. But as you can see, you got some parcels to drop off. They won't get to the place, obviously, before Christmas. But the people know that. And this is why I'm saying do not close your shop down on eBay. Don't put it on holiday mode unless you are actually going away. If you're staying at home for Christmas and all your stock's there, keep it open and just tell people it's not going to get there at a certain time. Talking about parcels, I've actually just had to cancel one. Somebody at 2 o'clock this morning said, can you please send the Wii first class so I can get it tomorrow because it's a present. I said, yeah, but it'll cost more. Thinking it'd be an extra £5. So I put an extra £5, change the price, and guess what? Found out it's going to be about 25 quid around that price to send it special delivery, so make sure it gets there, because today is the last day possible before a certain time that you can actually send parcels, you know, next day's delivery, you know, the really expensive one. I didn't know it was that much, so I had to cancel. So I got to drop these off. Then I go my town centre because I want to get some last minute presents. And yeah, we're just going to go with the flow. I'm back home after going around the local centre, bought a few more presents, and yeah, that's me done. So organised. I didn't really need to go and buy some more presents, but I just thought, you know what, might as well. So we're back home and I've had a couple of days off. So did I get any sales? You obviously saw some parcels, so I have. So I'm going to run through them very quickly before I talk about, obviously, selling stuff abroad and what I'm doing about that. So I've just got my black book. This tells me what I've sold and how much I've bought it for. I do put it on computer as well, but I like to write it down as well and then obviously convert it to the computer. So first of all, we sold 2 Lego alarm clocks. These were the Shimo, whatever they called them. I haven't got a clue. I have not got a clue about this part of the Lego. Bought them ages ago at a place where it was middle of nowhere. Pretty good, to be fair. I picked up a load of like hiking trainers, Gore-Tex trainers and stuff like that for cheap. But these really didn't make me much money. I paid 4 quid each for these and I sold them for 17 quid. The next sale was the Sony VHS player. It's worth about 40 quid if it works, but I can't test it because it's got a European adapter. Can't find mine anywhere. I think it's a European, or it's a 2-prong one anyway, like a shaving thing. Can't find my adapter anywhere. Easy fix. You can just obviously change the plug to a European one, UK one, I mean, sorry. And yeah, unfortunately, obviously I paid 5 quid for this, but I did sell it for 15 quid. So I'm going to make a little bit of profit and my money back. And this is the thing what I'm doing next year. I will be buying a lot of electrical stuff. Don't be scared about buying electrical stuff. Always check what it sells for in parts, just in case it doesn't work, because a lot of electrical can be faulty. It might switch on, but it might not work. So make sure you check out what it sells for in parts. Next is something that cost me nothing now, and that is another Doctor Who figure. Picked it up in a bundle for £30. Already sold some, which has made me money, and actually I'm now into profit. But I sold the main one which I wanted, which was David Tennant, Doctor Who, the 10th Doctor, and I sold it for £39.99. The next item is pretty strange because I picked this up probably a bit late, thinking, you know what, somebody might buy it. It was about the second week of December, and I saw a vintage ceramic tree stand in the box. Absolutely lovely glazed green colour, immaculate condition. I mean, it looked like it never been used. And I picked this up for a £5, I think. And I was like, if it sells, it's going to sell like this week. And no one picked it up, and I was like, oh well, I'll be saving this for next year. Somebody bought it. I lowered the price just to get rid of it, just to see if anybody was that desperate, and somebody was, and it's just gone for £18.99. Next is something from one of the auctions, and that is the RoboCop. Never been opened. Only trouble is the plastic has came away from the cardboard and somebody's glued it back on. never been opened in other ways, you know, played with or nothing. These fetch around about 30 to 40 quid if it was in the immaculate condition, you know, the box of immaculate condition. Obviously, I couldn't sell it for that. It only owes me £5.37, but I did sell it for £18 on Vinted. So, pure profit. I've done really well on that toy collection stuff. I'm struggling to sell the Avengers stuff. I don't know why they're not being bought, but I've not sold one of them. But like the Star Wars stuff and other stuff has sold really well. The next item is something that you all had the chance to buy for cheap because of the Sonic film coming out. If you haven't watched the new Sonic film, go and watch it. It's really good, and it introduces another character, which is Shadow, which is a big fan favourite. He's one of the coolest characters in the actual Sonic collaboration. And I had a GameCube game with Shadow in it. This was fetching from anything from £70 to £100 on eBay, and I knew I could get some money for it. But one of my videos, I said that somebody made a bid from America for like £1,395, but never paid. Don't know who it was. Reported them, blocked them. Because people like that are just idiots. And I gave you guys the option to buy it for 40 quid, knowing that I'm going to make some money out of it. And you can either put it to your collection of games, or you can actually sell it on and make some money. I had two people. If you know who you are, well, you just missed out. Both you had the chance to actually buy this, and guess what? You both let me down. I actually sold this last night, and it sold for £65.99. So you could have made yourself 25 quid off the game. Told you. Another Wii has sold. This is the one with all the DJ Hero. It was the red Wii. This sold for £40, and it owed me £8.14. Also, I sold a vintage mousetrap. This actually came back because no one picked it up. Spring was missing on this, and I've obviously stated that, but it's still sold for £19.99. I've sold one of these already, a complete one, for £29.99. So yeah, if you do see any vintage 1970s mousetraps, pick them up. And then finally, while I was out shopping, I sold a GameCube controller. They're both purple, and I put them both on eBay and Vinted for £19.99, and one of them is literally sold within a couple of hours. So yeah, like I said, guys, if you do collect gaming stuff, get it from me. I've still got all the games to list. I've still got the GameCube to list, and I've still got the actual battery pack and all that to list. So like I said, if anybody's wanting any of this console stuff, I've got plenty. I haven't listed all the Xbox stuff. I'm still here now, and yeah, I've got plenty to actually sell. So if you're wanting some cheap bargains, let me know, and yeah, I'll do you a good deal. So we're going to talk about what we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks. Probably wondering why I haven't talked about it, because obviously I do daily videos, and this would have made another video. The reason being because I've been watching other people on YouTube talk about it. I think everybody that I watch and other people I don't really watch have all talked about it. I don't really watch many people on YouTube. I watch probably about 5 max who actually are any good, and I want to put my take on it now and tell you what I'm doing, and also I'm going to go through other people's views on what they're doing. Not going to mention no names, but I'm going to tell you each one and what you should be doing. You should be doing that one or another one. So if you don't know what I'm talking about the GSPR, not the GSP like some people have been saying. That's not this. This is about obviously what's coming in. Well, it's already in. It was from the 13th of December, I think. Everybody was panicking and going, oh no, I'm not going to be able to sell things abroad. Oh no, I'm going to get a massive fine. And a lot of YouTubers have been doing their versions of it, what you should do, so on and so on. This is why I'm not mentioning any names, that most of the people who have done it have all got it wrong. So I'm going to go through every single version of what people are doing. So version 1 is basically cancelling everything. So turning off your GSP so you can't send abroad. Do not do this because it doesn't affect every country. It's only affecting the EU, so Europe. You know, no other countries are infected with this. So obviously, if you're shipped to America, Australia, China, whatever, it doesn't affect them countries. So if you do sell abroad to these countries and turning off your actual GSP, you're going to lose a lot of money. The next one I've heard is taking it off, but only the countries which are affected, so Europe. And yes, I would do this, but also it's wrong. The reason being is if you're taking off European countries, you are then obviously going to be losing money as well, because if you do sell to a lot of European countries, which I do as well, I sell a lot of things to Germany, to Italy, to Northern Ireland, and if I take off mine, I will be losing more money. You know, I'm not saying it's like a big percentage of my sales, but I do pretty much sell every month quite a few things abroad to all different countries. So why would I take it off? And people are probably saying, well, you're going to get fined now. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You're going to get done. No, you're not. And this is the thing what you need to learn. The law of this is actually only from products made after the law came out, like on the 13th. So anything made after that, then you can't sell to Europe. Normal resellers like ourselves, you don't need to worry because everything we buy is old. The only problem we have got though is maybe in years to come. And if this law is still going and we are still have to do abide and then we still have to abide by this rule, if it hasn't been scrapped by then, is maybe if we're still reselling in 10 years time, then when we go out picking around car boots, charity shops, we might have to look a bit more at the products and see actually when it was made, because it might have been made after 2024. So obviously now, no point worrying. But later on, in years to come, I would actually start worrying. But it could change by then. It could change. But that obviously leads me on to the last part, and that is some people have said just don't worry and just keep it all on, and that's what I'm doing. I have since the actual law came out, I've sold things to European countries and to obviously American, but it obviously doesn't make any difference to that country. And eBay's let it go. I've got no fines. It's got to the person, had feedback, and that's because of the age of it. As long as you know the age of it, you're fine. Make sure you pick anything up 2024 and older, and you'll be fine. Like I said before, just be careful in years to come. And if you pick up a lot of toys or something like that, or DVDs, CDs, like stuff like that, be careful because, for instance, next year there'll be lots of films coming out and they make toys from DVDs and whatever, and they will be made in the year 2025. So if you pick them up maybe next year or the year after, then they will fall in that bracket, and then you will not be able to sell them on eBay without doing all the jargon what comes with it. So yeah, if you are worrying about it still, don't. Trust me, because I've sold stuff to Europe recently and I'm still here, not got one fine at all. Just don't worry. It was a big, massive palaver over nothing. That is the end of the video, guys. I have got a Christmas speech out on the 25th of December at 3 o'clock. Yeah. I'm going to be doing like the Queen did and obviously King Charles did. I'm going to be doing one and releasing it the same time as the King about obviously this year, and a speech by me, right? It's going to be about reselling, about all the things that happened in reselling, the good things, the bad things, and yeah, I'm going to have a few snide digs in it as well. So make sure, if I don't do a video tomorrow, make sure you tune in at 3 o'clock. Get your Christmas dinner ready. Eat it in front of me, sitting down, doing the Reseller Christmas speech. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching. and I will see you soon. Goodbye.